Hi guys, welcome to Unit 7, Lesson 2, Cylinders and Cones. So this is really just like an introduction to them to kind of get us used to some vocab words and figuring out what are we talking about and what are the features of each of these different shapes. Okay, so first off, one thing that we need to understand is what a diameter is, which actually refers to a circle, which is the base of a cylinder and a base of a cone. All right, so they definitely are important within this setting. So the diameter is a straight line from one side of a circle to another, passing through the center. So if this is the center of my circle, the diameter would be like whatever this length is, going from one side to the other, cuts it perfectly in half. Okay? So for a radius, so let's see, let me mark this. This would be the diameter. For the radius, it's a straight line from the center of a circle to the outside edge. So that would be from here and going to the outside edge. So it's half of the diameter, okay? Half of the diameter. All right, so in some problems you're going to be given the diameter, but you need the radius, so you need to remember to cut it in half, okay? But we'll work on that later on. So the first shape that we're going to talk about is a three-dimensional shape called a cone, all right? Think of a birthday party hat or a funnel or maybe just the traffic cones out on the street, things like that. They contain, and this is helpful on your quick check and on your practice, okay? So I didn't set up a problem with it, but you do need to know this. There is one vertex. There are two faces. The faces consist of like the side of it and the base, the bottom, that's a face. The base is the face. And then the edge, that's where the faces meet. Okay? And then with a cylinder, this would be like a can, right? A soup can or something like that. I mean, there's cylinders all over the place, but that was just one example. There are two edges, so that would be here and here, right? There's our two edges. There are three faces because there is the top, there's the bottom, and then there's the side that goes all the way around. Those are the three faces. And there are actually no vertices. Okay, so that would be zero vertices on a cylinder. Okay, because a vertice, that's like where they come to a point, right? Like here they come to a point. They don't do that on a cylinder. All right, I've got three examples for you. This will go pretty quick. Number one, what is the radius of a cone with a diameter of 12 inches? Well, if the diameter is 12, the radius is equal to the diameter cut in half. Or in this case, 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Half of 12 is 6, so the radius is 6, and it should be inches. All right? Number two, what is the length of the cone? Okay, so the length is equal to the slant height. All right, the slant height, which is this value here. So in this case, it would be 4 centimeters. Okay, so, and that just goes back to understanding and knowing your definitions. And in geometry, which this is geometry, it's very definition heavy. Okay? Number three, this is number 5 from your quick check. So again, definition heavy. So we have this cylinder, and we need to name it. Okay, first off, it's a cylinder. It has two bases that are circles. Okay, that's what makes it a cylinder. So right off the bat, it can't be a cone. Okay, now oblique means, and you'll see this in your lesson, oblique means that it's like leaning over. Okay, so this one's not leaning over, this one's straight up and down. Okay, a right circular cylinder. Well, so now we're left with right circular cylinder and just a cylinder. Okay, so we can be more specific than just cylinder though. All right, so in this particular case, right circular cylinder is going to be your final answer. And it's right because where the faces meet, it's a right angle. Okay, think about, let's see, I have this coffee cup, right? If I were to draw this straight on, it would make a right angle, and so that's why it's called a right. Every cylinder should be circular, technically. So since the bases are circulars, there we go, and it has two bases. All right, so anyway, I told you that would go really fast, but if you need anything, just let me know.